Okay, so we've got a distance time graph here, okay, representing, well, there's two graphs on here actually, okay. Larry here is the broken line, okay, and then Yvonne then is the proper line then that's been drawn. Okay, and they're sisters, so they live in the same house, and they don't go to the same school. So you could see here, okay, when they're in school throughout the day, we've got a flat line, yeah, because the distance, if you think about it here, the distance of Yvonne, for instance, here is 6, isn't it? She's 6 kilometres from home. She stays the same distance because she's at school, yeah, all day. But then you'll notice the distance then comes down as she goes home, okay, at the end of the day. Okay, so she literally gets home then at that time where the distance is 0. So it says that at what time did Yvonne arrive home from school? So Yvonne, remember now, is this line here. Okay, she arrived home at that time. Now, to work out that time, not quite sure because the scale here is, there's not many values there, yeah. But what I would do is maybe go halfway here in between these two values. So you've got 1400 here, 1600 here, which means then, of course, halfway will be 1500. Okay, between those two times, 1500 is in the middle of them. And if we know that's 1500, of course, then to get that time, it's in the middle of these two times. So between 1500 and 1600, it's going to be 1530, yeah? Half an hour in to that hour there, so 1530 is the time there. Now, part B, it says, Larry cycles along a straight road to school and back. How far does she cycle when going to school and back in one day? So Larry is the dotted line, the broken line there, yeah? And you might see that 8 kilometres straight away, that's how far she cycles to get to school. And that's right. But it does say to get back home as well. So it's 8 kilometres to school, 8 kilometres back home, adds up to 16 in total, yeah? Okay. Part C then says, Martha looks at the graph and said the school Larry attends is 2 kilometres from Yvonne's school. Is this true? Okay, so you've got options here. Certainly true or certainly false or can't tell. Now, when you look at this here, when they're in school, you might think, oh, they are 2 kilometres apart. Okay, but remember here, right, this is simply measuring the distance from home. Okay, so essentially, Larry is 8 kilometres from home and Yvonne is 6 kilometres from home. However, it doesn't actually mean that the schools are 2 kilometres apart. They might be, but it doesn't have to be the case because the schools could be in different directions from each other, from their home. What I mean by that, it would be best to illustrate this here. Suppose this is their home here. Okay, now we know Larry, okay, travels 8 kilometres to her school. Okay, so Larry gets to school and it's 8 kilometres away. Now, if Yvonne's school, okay, was in the same direction, and she went 6 kilometres, she'd end up about here, she would be 2 kilometres away from Larry. So it's a possibility, okay? It could be the case. However, her school could be this direction, okay, from home. It could be the opposite direction, which means then Yvonne will not be 2 kilometres from Larry. In fact, they'd be, what, 14 kilometres if that happened to be the case there, yeah? Okay, so in terms of what we select here, well, it's not certainly true, isn't it? Similarly, we can't say it's certainly false, okay? Because it could be that her school is in the same direction and she goes along the same way, but she doesn't go as far, so then she'd be 2 kilometres away. Essentially, we can't tell. We don't know. We don't know where either school is. We've just got to assume that probably they're in different directions, so it's unlikely they're going to be 2 kilometres apart from each other. But we can't tell, okay? We can't tell for sure because we don't know, okay? There's not enough information there.